In a hamlet, where the sun dipped behind an ancient forest, there dwelt a young artist named Elora, whose spirit was shrouded in fear and timidity, and a profound lack of confidence. Known for her wondrous paintings that touched not just the eyes, but also the soul, Elora harbored a secret. Her own reflection was a mystery to her, a face she could paint, but never truly recognize. Cursed from birth, she could not discern her likeness in the mirror. One day, an enigmatic old man entered her studio. His eyes gleaming with otherworldly wisdom, he whispered, "When being oneself becomes arduous, endeavor to become a mirror," and left behind a canvas as mysterious as his words. Puzzled by the man's parting gift, Elora stepped out of her studio in search of him, but he was nowhere to be found. Driven by curiosity, Elora began to paint upon the gifted canvas. Instead of crafting something ordinary, she felt compelled to paint a mirror, perhaps because her studio lacked one. Usually she never likes a mirror. With each stroke, she crafted a mirror on the canvas that gleamed and came to life. Looking into it, she found no reflection of herself, but saw a parallel world, a reflection of her studio. The mirror seemed to beckon her, urging her to step inside. Indeed, it was a portal, and Elora could not resist entering. She found herself in a twisted version of her village, where reflections led their own lives. There, she met her confident counterpart, Eloise, who had mastered living without doubt or fear. As Elora explored this mirror world, she uncovered the old man's truth. The mirror was a test, a challenge to confront one's deepest insecurities. Only by embracing them could one truly reflect the beauty within. Elora learned from Eloise, shedding her curses and growing in confidence. Her fears and hesitations vanished, and she could finally see her own reflection. But the mirror had a dark side. It thrived on the insecurities it revealed. The more Elora understood herself, the more the mirror world crumbled, shrinking and darkening, threatening to trap her forever. The mirror began to change, growing smaller, and Elora's fight became one of escape. To return to her world, she could only leave by breaking the mirror. As she approached it with a large stone, a terrible scream halted her, and she fell to the ground, her heart racing. She hid behind a large tree and saw a fearsome dragon, golden with a belly charred from any battles, a guardian of the mirror world, born of the mirror's power and nourished by negative energy. Threatened by the dragon, Elora ran to her reflective home. This tale speaks of Elora's journey, a quest for self-discovery, and the courage to face one's own reflection, both literal and figurative. In the shadowed realm of a parallel universe, Elora, the artist of profound depth, faced a dragon of formidable might. She knew her strength alone could not best the beast, so she sought wisdom from her reflection. Eloise, how might one conquer such a dragon? She inquired. Eloise spoke of a mirror world where answers lay within. Here every house had a mirror, from where they can enter to their parallel universe, revealing that the dragon bore a boon. It could not be slain by any but itself, and only by a creation of its own making, like obsidian, also known as dragon glass. A spear forged of this material, thrust into the dragon's gleaming eye, would be its end. The dragon resided in a dark cave, within a dense forest, a place of its repose. On a night dark and storm-laden, Elora approached the dragon's lair, its eyes alight with fiery embers, its breath the scent of death. The dragon, powerful beyond measure, was not a foe to face head-on. Thus, Elora devised a plan. She awakened her inner might and advanced towards the dragon. It glared at her with its dreadful eyes and hurled a fierce fireball. Elora, with agility, dodged the fiery assault. She used the environment to her advantage, the shadows of caves, the cover of rocks, to evade the dragon's attacks. She lured the dragon's fire to a single stone, which slowly melted under the intense heat. After days and nights of waiting, Elora returned to find the stone transformed into obsidian. She carved it into a sharp spear, its edge keen enough to slice the air itself. Hearing the dragon's deep, heavy breaths, Elora knew it was in a deep slumber. She approached stealthily, cautious with every step. As she neared, she noticed one of the dragon's eyes slightly ajar. Gripping the spear firmly, Elora struck swiftly and precisely, driving the spear into the dragon's open eye. She fled as the dragon let out a pained roar that echoed off the cave walls, but the roar soon faded into silence. The dragon was vanquished. A strange peace settled in the cave after Elora's victory. The terror of the dragon was no more. Elora looked inside the cave and found a gleaming object near the dragon's corpse, a mysterious amulet imbued with infinite power. She picked up the amulet and wore it around her neck. As she touched the amulet, she felt an immense energy within her, as if her soul had gained new strength, and she could overcome any obstacle. Elora then faced the mirror, using her artistry and creativity to break it. She set aside her fears and doubts, confronting the powers with her confidence and self-knowledge. Standing before the mirror, she took a deep breath and summoned her inner strength. She lifted her brush and drew a line of radiant light on the mirror, causing cracks to form on its surface. As the cracks grew, the mirror's dark powers weakened, and finally, with a bright and brilliant light, the mirror shattered. With its destruction, all its negative energies dissipated. Elora learned that true strength lies in accepting oneself and facing one's insecurities. When the mirror broke, Elora was thrust back into her studio with a loud and terrible noise. She did not know if she would return in time or be trapped in the mirror world forever. But her courage and self-confidence brought her back, and she overcame her fear. It was a moment that forever changed her life. Elora's art transformed from that day forward. It now depicted not only scenes, but also the triumph over the flaws of the human spirit. Through her art, Elora taught the villagers the valor of embracing and battling their insecurities. Her paintings, once confined to her own solitude, now adorned every home in the hamlet, inspiring other young artists. Elora's tale became a testament to the transformative power of one's inner journey, not solely for oneself, but for the society that surrounds. Her art emboldened the people to delve within and embrace their true reflections. Thus, Elora found not only herself, but also refined the essence of her village, turning it into a place where every soul could mirror the triumphs of her own spirit.